Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Thompson. I work at National Grid, an electric utility here in the Northeast of the U.S. I'd like to talk with you about an opportunity to highlight and generate support for some of the work that we're doing at National Grid around modernizing our electricity system. The energy landscape is changing at a faster pace now than it has since the days of Edison. The power system will look drastically different from what it was in the past, with large amounts of clean energy which will be distributed at homes and businesses in contrast to the large power plants of previous years. A couple years ago, things like electric vehicles were considered novelty items. Now you see them everywhere. In fact, I just bought an EV a couple months ago, and I can definitely see what the fuss is about. EVs are one technology which are poised to drastically change where and when power is required. With all of these changes to the energy landscape, the power system needs to evolve quickly. This evolution isn't just technical, but it's also informative. Many people take for granted that the lights will turn on when the switch is flipped. But there has been decades of work that has gone into this modern convenience, all of which is getting turned on its head as we make this energy transition. This is where I could use your help. I'd like to collaborate with you on leveraging communication and marketing strategies as we to help with the modernization of our electric system. This is an opportunity for you to not just learn about the future of our energy industry, which I might be biased, but I think is pretty cool, but also help contribute to the clean energy transition. So who am I? I'm leading a group called T&D Grid Modernization. So we're responsible for the deployment of new technologies onto the grid to help enable this future energy landscape that I mentioned. My undergrad was in engineering, after which I spent a few years in engineering consulting, working across industries such as advanced manufacturing, pharmaceutical, higher education, and the utility space. I had some really amazing opportunities to help solve problems at a wide range of settings. But as somebody who's been interested in the energy transition since the early 2000s, I've always kept my ear kind of on what's happening in the energy sector. And several years ago, it became very clear the energy revolution was upon us. And I wanted to be at the center of it, which drove me to a career here at National Grid. So who is National Grid? We're an electric and gas utility in the Northeast of the US, as well as in the UK. We're really at the forefront of some of this energy revolution, as we're responsible to deliver safe and reliable power while enabling the future of clean energy. National Grid as a company has committed to reducing greenhouse gases by 40% within the next 8 years by 2030. So another interesting nuance, though, that makes this an interesting opportunity for you is the public regulatory aspect of the energy industry. This is very unique compared to many other industries and actually contributed to another major decision in my professional career, where I pursued a graduate degree in public policy, which definitely introduced me to a whole new range of characters compared to engineering. But as a highly regulated business, utilities may have been considered slow moving in the past and even risk adverse. But over the past decade, regulators in our regions, both in Mass and New York, have championed some very aggressive policies to help fight climate change. In fact, since the signing of the Paris Agreement in 2015, there have been commitments from New York and New England to reduce greenhouse gases to 80% below 1990 levels by 2050. This is sometimes called the 80 by 50 plan. These policies, combined with the pace of technology change today, is making the electric utility industry much more exciting than it has been for a long, long time. So I would really like to work with you to highlight some of this great work that we're doing to enable the clean energy future. We're not your grandparents' utility anymore. We're leveraging technology to be more efficient. We're using intelligent and interconnected systems to enable this future energy landscape. I like to think of it kind of like a cell phone. Today, I have an application where I monitor my home heating and cooling system. Another application where I turn on lights and receptacles. And then my electric vehicle application, I can set the timing of the charging to charge at a certain time of day to maximize the value of charging it. So these applications are working together. And soon in the future, I see utility applications, utility equipment, working with consumer equipment as we move forward in this energy future. So the final kind of unique aspect of this is concerning the possible audiences. We have to connect with consumers. How do ratepayers like you and I who have homes and apartments understand this energy transition? How do we communicate with internal folks at National Grid, the technical folks, the field personnel that are up in bucket trucks repairing lines during a storm? We need to connect with them. And finally, policymakers at state and federal levels. Communication with them is essential as they're driving the speed of change in this industry. So on this, I really hope we have an opportunity to work together and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.